Ever wondered how the bustling city of Jakarta came to be? From a small port city to a sprawling urban metropolis, Jakarta has a rich and varied history. Our story begins in the 4th century BC, when the first human settlements started to appear in what is now known as Jakarta. These early inhabitants were drawn to the coastal and port areas, setting the stage for the city's future as a major hub for trade and commerce. Fast forward to the 4th century AD, and we find Jakarta under the rule of the Tarumanagara Kingdom, influenced heavily by Indian culture and traditions. This kingdom, one of the earliest known in Indonesia, left an indelible mark on the region and played a significant role in shaping Jakarta's early identity. But perhaps the most pivotal moment came in the year 397 AD. This was when King Purnawarman, the ruler of Tarumanagara, made a bold decision to establish a new capital for his kingdom. He called it Sundapura, a name that still resonates in the annals of Indonesian history. Sundapura was likely situated somewhere between what is now North Jakarta and West Java, serving as a strategic and bustling hub for the kingdom. But King Purnawarman didn't just establish a new capital. He also left behind a tangible legacy in the form of 7 stone inscriptions. These inscriptions, which bear his name, are among the oldest in Indonesian history and provide valuable insights into the kingdom's culture, governance, and society. Years turned into centuries, and the city continued to evolve, its story unfolding with each new chapter. Through various kingdoms and governments, through times of peace and times of strife, it persevered and thrived. And thus, what we now know as Jakarta began as Sundapura, a significant city in the Tarumanagara Kingdom. Did you know that Jakarta has had several names throughout its history? This bustling metropolis, which we all know and love as Jakarta, didn't always go by this name. In fact, it has worn many titles, each one reflecting a different era, a different ruling power, and a different culture. Our journey starts with the name Sunda Kelapa. This was Jakarta's name during the reign of the Hindu kingdom of Sunda. Sunda Kelapa, a bustling port city, was a hub for trade and commerce. But as time passed, the city's reins changed hands, and with it the name. Next came Jayakarta, a name given during the reign of the Muslim Sultanate of Banten. Jayakarta, translating to victorious city, mirrored the triumph and prosperity of the era. The city continued to flourish, attracting attention far and wide. This attention inevitably led to foreign invasion, and with the Dutch conquest, the city saw yet another name change. The Dutch, in their tongue, called it Batavia. This period marked a significant shift in the city's culture, architecture, and overall identity. During the brief Japanese occupation, the city underwent another name change, becoming known as Jakarta. Though the occupation was short-lived, it left an indelible mark on the city's history. Finally, after Indonesia declared independence in 1945, the city reclaimed its identity, taking on the name we know today, Jakarta, a name that stands for freedom, resilience, and the spirit of a nation. Each name change marks a new chapter in Jakarta's history, reflecting the city's dynamic and evolving identity. Just like a chameleon changes its colors, Jakarta has changed its names, always adapting, always evolving, and always moving forward. The Dutch era is a significant period in Jakarta's history, shaping its landscape and culture. Let's step back in time to the early 17th century, when the Dutch East India Company planted its roots in Jakarta, then known as Jayakarta. With their arrival, they brought a new wave of influence that would forever change the face of the city. The Dutch East India Company, or VOC as it was known, was not merely a trading entity. It was a powerful organization, given the authority by the Dutch government to build forts, maintain armies, and even govern territories. And it was right here in Jakarta that they established their headquarters, marking the beginning of a new chapter in the city's history. From the ashes of the old city of Jayakarta, the Dutch built a new city, Batavia. This was the birth of Kota Tua Jakarta, or Old Town Jakarta. The Dutch designed Kota Tua with a European style, constructing buildings with large windows and high ceilings to accommodate the tropical climate. They also introduced a canal system, a feature typical of Dutch cities, for transportation and drainage. While Kota Tua was flourishing in the north, the Dutch were also making their mark in the south with the development of Kota Baru, or New Town. This area was reserved for the Dutch and other Europeans, and it was here that they built their homes and government buildings. The architecture in Kota Baru was grander, with larger homes and more elaborate designs. But the Dutch era was not just about architectural progress. It was also a time of cultural exchange. The Dutch brought their language, customs, and traditions, and these gradually seeped into the local culture. This blend of Dutch and Indonesian cultures is still evident in Jakarta today, particularly in the city's cuisine, language, and of course, architecture. The influence of the Dutch era is still visible in Jakarta today, particularly within the architecture of Kota Tua. From the buildings that line the streets to the canals that crisscross the city, the Dutch legacy lives on, a testament to a time when Jakarta was a bustling trading post under the control of the Dutch East India Company. Jakarta's history did not stop with the Dutch. The city has continued to grow and evolve, particularly since Indonesia's independence in 1945. With the dawn of a new era, Jakarta embarked on a journey of transformation, leaving behind the shackles of colonial rule and embracing the promise of a brighter future. In the wake of independence, Jakarta underwent significant political and cultural shifts. The city, once a colonial outpost, emerged as the capital of a newborn nation, the heart of Indonesian political life. A new government was formed, and the city became a symbol of national unity, a beacon of hope for a country yearning for progress. Over the decades, Jakarta has witnessed a cultural metamorphosis. The city's rich tapestry of cultural diversity, a blend of ethnicities, religions, and languages, has flourished. Traditional arts, music, and dance coexist with contemporary expressions, creating a vibrant cultural scene that is uniquely Jakarta. The cityscape of Jakarta has also experienced an astounding transformation. From the humble beginnings of a small trading post, Jakarta has grown into a sprawling metropolis. The cityscape has been redefined by towering skyscrapers, expansive shopping malls, and sprawling residential complexes. Yet, amid the concrete jungle, pockets of history remain, a reminder of the city's storied past. Infrastructure has been a key focus of Jakarta's development. The city has made strides in improving public transportation with the establishment of the Mass Rapid Transit and the Trans-Jakarta busway system. Efforts to manage the city's notorious traffic congestion and flooding issues continue, reflecting Jakarta's commitment to overcoming challenges and enhancing the quality of life for its residents. The city's journey is not without challenges. Rapid urbanization and population growth have put a strain on the city's resources. Yet, Jakarta continues to strive for sustainable development, balancing economic growth with environmental preservation. Modern Jakarta, with its skyscrapers and bustling streets, is a testament to the city's continuous evolution. A city that has grown from a small port to a dynamic metropolis, Jakarta stands as a symbol of Indonesia's resilience, diversity, and progress. It is a city that, despite its challenges, continues to move forward, shaping its own destiny. From its origins as Sundapura to the metropolis we know today, Jakarta's journey is a fascinating tale of resilience and transformation. This city, which has been a silent witness to the ebb and flow of empires, has continually reinvented itself, thriving amidst change and adversity. Let's take a step back and reflect on Jakarta's remarkable journey. Initially a humble port city, Jakarta's strategic location along the coastal lines saw it become a bustling hub of commerce and trade. It bore witness to the rise and fall of powerful kingdoms, from the Indian-influenced Tarumanagara to the Hindu kingdom of Sunda. As time passed, Jakarta underwent a series of transformations, each one leaving an indelible mark on its landscape and culture. It evolved from Sunda Kelapa to Jayakarta, Yogyakarta, and finally to Jakarta, names that reflect the rich tapestry of cultures and influences that have shaped it. The Dutch era brought yet another layer of complexity to Jakarta's story. Under the grip of colonial rule, the city experienced a period of significant growth and development, setting the stage for the metropolis that we recognize today. Jakarta's transformation from Kota Tua in the north to Kota Baru in the south, and finally the modern Jakarta since independence in 1945, is a testament to its adaptability and resilience. But perhaps the most striking aspect of Jakarta's history is its people. Through every era, every change, the spirit of the city's inhabitants has remained unbroken. Their resilience, their tenacity, and their indomitable spirit have been the driving force behind Jakarta's evolution, pushing it to become the vibrant, bustling metropolis it is today. Jakarta's rich history is a testament to its resilience and growth. As we look to the future, we can only imagine what the next chapter of Jakarta's story will be. But one thing is for sure, with its people at the helm, Jakarta will continue to adapt, evolve, and thrive. Whatever the future holds, Jakarta will face it with the same resilience and spirit that has defined it for centuries.